The purpose of this video is to assist you in participating in discussion boards. A couple key things to keep in mind on discussion boards for this class is you should think of them as assignments. Some classes use discussion boards more as a checking in and maybe having a brief chat about something. But the ones that we use for this class will be more like assignments. So you need to be sure that you take a serious approach to these. I've done some things to help you with this too, and one is I include a template with every discussion board. You are required to use the template. You open it, you will fill it out, you'll save it to your flash drive or hard drive, then you will do a copy and paste to the text box, which I'll show you that in a few minutes here. You must make the original post before you can view your classmates' posts. Your original post is due Wednesday of the week. For instance, we are going to do the personal introduction discussion board. And so week 1, it will open up on Sunday. And so by Wednesday of the week, you will be required to post your original post by 11:59. And then you're also required to make a minimum of 2 posts to classmates by Sunday at the end of the week. So the Blackboard opens on Sunday of the week. You post your original post by Wednesday of the week. And then by the end of the week on that Sunday, you have to have the 2 submissions made as responses to your classmates. The other issue is that once a Blackboard closes, it closes. It cannot be made up. You're just out of those points. So we'll use our Post Your Introduction discussion board as our example. So you'll see up here, for instance, this class, Fundamentals of Organizational Management. You may not be in this class, but this is an example. They're all going to be the same on how you find them and access them for whatever class you're in. So I'm going to come down here to week 1, and everything that will be going on week 1 will be in this particular module. And so I'm going to click here to access it. Then over here to the left, you're going to see a listing of all the items that are due this week. Okay, and so you'll see here you've got a Chapter 2 PowerPoint. This will show you how to find a grading rubric. You can run this and show you how to do that. You can look at a sample discussion board post. Again, this may not be for this specific class, but it'll give you an idea of what the template looks like and what kind of responses I'm looking for. And we get down here to where we get to the personal introduction template. And if you take a look here, you'll see the required. And when you see the required, that means that you are required to follow some instruction. And for every discussion board, the requirement is always to use the template as part of the original post. And so if you'll see up here, it says attach files. And so I'm going to click here on this particular file. And now, depending on what operating system, what browser you're using, it's going to depend. Sometimes it'll open straight up and you'll see the template. Sometimes it'll load it down here like we see here. And so in this particular case, regardless, we're going to be able to open it up. And I'm going to enable editing. And here we're going to see where it gives us our instructions here. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to take these 13 items and I want you to give me the response. And so whenever you see this, don't start wiping out 1, 2, 3, 13. Leave it. If you see something like that and it has a question or something, just leave it, return. I'm going to type here, my name is John, a student. Okay. Second questions, what's your grade classification? I am a sophomore. my major. I am a marketing major. Okay, et cetera, et cetera. You see, so we're just going to go through and do that. So whenever we pull this up, then everybody's going to know what the questions are, what your answers were, and it's twofold. One, it makes sure that you answer all the questions as posed, and number two, it helps me grade quickly. Because if I have the same template, I can go through, see if you did it, and it helps me read the answers more quickly on there. Okay? So again, I want you to get feedback as quickly as possible, and if I have to go hunting for things, it's a problem. Again, not using the template or modifying the template will be a minimum loss of 50% of points earned. Okay? So we're going to do that. Once I finish filling that out, I'm going to do a save as, and I'm going to save this to my hard drive. So I'm going to come down here. It says personal instruction student. So I'm going to put it in my documents. So I'm going to save that. And so I'm going to come here, and I'm going to do a cut, or not a cut, but I'm going to do a copy. All right. The other thing I'll make a quick comment about, if I'm going to do this, in some classes, the discussion board, again, being used as an assignment, may be something that you have to use in a project later on in the semester. So it's always a good idea to where you've got your material saved, you have the answers there, so if you have to go back, you don't have to dig through all of your old information from a discussion board. You can simply open it up on the template. Okay, so I've copied that, and so I'm going to come back to my Blackboard site, and I'm going to go to post my introduction, and you'll notice here that we'll come into the discussion board, and it gives me the same rules here. I've got to be able to use the template, I have to access the discussion board, cut and paste, submit, and responded to by the end. So I'm going to click to launch here. Okay. Now, I have to post first. So what this does is it means that I have to do an original post. I can't go in, read everybody else's stuff, and then rehash it, and then post it on Sunday, and then write two things. Okay, that's no good. We're doing this because it's really something I think that it's important for you to do. Otherwise, I wouldn't assign it. And I want you to assume that this is of serious nature as an assignment and not simply just a chat room. Okay, you can click on the grading information there, and it will give you the rubric on it. So I'm going to create my thread, and I'm going to put John, a student introduction. I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to paste. So there we go. So I've got it in there. I put it in. Now I'm going to submit. Okay. After I've finished the completed the template and know I've done everything, then I'm ready to participate in the discussion board. And so I'm going to come here, and don't attach the file because then people have to open it. I want you to cut and paste it. If at time I have you do a spreadsheet or something like that, I may ask you to attach a file, but in general, it's not going to be attaching the files to that. It's just simply a copy and paste into your discussion board. Then I'm going to submit it, and when I do that, it's going to show me that I've posted here, and then if there's any other students that have posted, at that particular point, I can go in, and if I want to, I can start responding to it. Or I can come back later on. But here we go. I know that I've posted, and so other students can come in and read my information and post back to it. So that's basically it. And that'll be the same for every discussion board. There'll be a required template. You'll be required to fill it out, save it to your hard drive or flash drive, do a copy and paste, and submit. If you have any questions, feel free to get with me early in the week so I can answer those.